Okay, we had a minor little setback on our project here at Donley Cove, and in this video we're going to talk about it. Well, good morning everybody. As you can see, we're sitting out here at Donley Cove. We were out here the other day, but we've been away for, what'd you say, 2.5 weeks?
2.5 weeks.
We don't really have a script for this, but yeah, we want to make a video about awareness, and we want to tell everybody what's going on and how we're dealing with it, which we're dealing pretty good. Let me just start off by saying that I've been telling everybody this, that if we wouldn't have made the decision this year to tackle this project, it would have been bad. I mean, we're so thankful that we did, and I'll let Marianne explain a little bit why.
Well, Donley Cove saved my life, is what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
So throughout this summer, I had irregular woman issues, and then I started getting a lot of pains.
Well, first you thought it was, you're of age.
Yeah, I thought I was going to go through menopause, actually.
Yeah.
But then I started getting a lot of pains, and I'm still thinking that, well, maybe my ovaries are trying to push out eggs that aren't there, and so it's like struggling. I don't know. But kept working, and then I started getting slower and slower.
Yeah, if you would have noticed in the past few videos, Marianne was starting to get slower, and which we just thought, okay, she's dealing with that. I didn't push. I'm like, normally she's running circles around me.
Yeah, and he was starting to run circles around me, but I thought it was his AG1.
Yeah.
I thought,
I did
wow,
too.
that stuff's really kicking butt. I mean, it is.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong, but that's what I really thought. And he's like 40 steps ahead of me, and I was always the one dragging him along. So.
So the night of the video, that night where it was the video moving gravel. If you notice in that and leading up to that, Marianne was doing a lot of bending because she was going through the gravel, pulling up rebar and bending and bending and bending and bending. Yeah. And that night, or close to that night, I don't know. Yeah. I think it was that night. Yeah. Marianne was. She couldn't sleep. She was in a lot of pain.
Yeah, I got a lot of pains in my back. All the pains that I had previous were all like right in the front, low, kind of where like menstrual cramps would be. But this was not. This was in my back, and it was so painful. I could not sleep at all. The only way I was able to deal was I had to get up and walk around the house in circles until the major moment passed, and then I'd get about a half hour, and it was just so bad. So
that night I told Mary, I said, honey, either I'm gonna have to take you to the hospital or you're gonna go see a doctor, because I thought maybe she pulled something or got a hernia lifting something, or something inside was just not right, and that's not Marianne.
Yeah.
I mean, so we're not ones to actually go to doctors on a regular basis.
Yeah, my doctor makes fun of me, when I go in, who's your doctor now? I'm like, you are.
Yeah.
I only really go there when I'm feeling ill. I guess I'm at the age now. Well, now I'm going to have to go regularly, but I guess I'm at the age where people will start going to the doctor more often as they age. But
yeah, get your yearly checkups.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm bad too. I mean, I think the last physical I had was 2 years ago, but definitely get your yearly check. So we'll get to the point here of what happened.
So I
And
did
it
make an
happened
appointment.
so quick, like within a week. But
I did
go
make
ahead.
an appointment. I got to the doctor, and he ran some tests, and one of my tests came back with a number that he did not like. The number was supposed to be between 1 and 5, and mine was over 100, which made him very concerned. And I asked what that like represented, and he said that it was some sort of inflammation, and so it was probably whatever it was what was causing my pains. So he wanted me to go and get some more blood work done and then get a CT scan
Immediately.
So he did a stat CT scan that day, and we went in, had the CT scan, and on the way home from the CT scan, he called. He had already gotten the results. We weren't even home yet, and he called and he told me I had some problems.
Yeah. So, Marianne had it was about 11-pound tumor.
Yes.
It was 15 centimeters by 15 centimeters.
15.9 by 15.4 by 13.
It was big tumor.
I believe it was.
It was ovaries, uterus. It was wrapped
so-
around her colon.
Well, at that point, we didn't know that yet.
Right.
We just knew that there was a large mass
Yeah.
on my ovaries and uterus, and
So
I
immediately,
needed to go and get that removed.
that was on a Friday.
Yeah.
Immediately, that Wednesday, we got an appointment with Dr. Andrews, which is a saint. I mean, that guy's awesome. Summa Health in Akron. And we went out there,
Met
went
with him.
over everything again, and
I got to see the pictures of my insides for the first time, because I hadn't been able to see them until, it was literally not even a week. It was Wednesday. I had gotten the test on Friday before.
yeah. So that's Friday. This is Wednesday. We're meeting with him, and he said we gotta do surgery, and it won't wait till Christmas. So
Yeah.
we gotta get it done now. So that Friday, the following Friday, after
Well,
originally finding
So
it,
we had Friday, CT scan, found the tumor. Wednesday, met with the oncologist surgeon. 2 days later, Friday, I was having surgery.
major surgery, 2.5 hours. So what they found was what I started to say. It was wrapped around the colon. It was also wrapped around your, what's that word? Ureta? Around your
Ureter.
kidney? Ureter. Because they kept asking her if she had problems going to the bathroom, and you didn't, but you had pain there.
Yeah. And
That was
so
a rough. It was very rough. I mean, on both of us. Marianne just wanted it done and out, and I'm like,
yeah.
yeah.
So as it turned out, I was diagnosed with stage 3 metastatic ovarian cancer. It was metastatic because obviously it has gone to other locations. It did get into my omentum, which for those of you who don't know most of you know what a ureter is, and you know what ovaries are, but for those of you who don't have a science background, or you don't remember it from school a long time ago, your omentum is actually like a little cloth that kind of covers all of your organs in your abdomen, holding your intestines and everything back from your walls of your lining of your stomach. So it was actually in my omentum, and it was actually in the walls of my peritoneum, which is also the lining of the internal structures of your abdomen. So the doctor got out. He said he worked on it and got out everything that he could see, and he was pleased with the removal, and that's pretty much that. He's absolutely great. Can I tell my jokes?
Yeah, please do.
So he's absolutely
our
positively great.
videos have been in chronological order, and we've been ahead a couple weeks on the videos.
Yeah, so you
if
guys
not
haven't
3
noticed
weeks.
us being missing yet.
Yeah, so this was like 2.5 weeks ago was the surgery.
Yeah.
But
So
go ahead with your jokes.
Yeah, the morning of the surgery, you know, he came in before, you know, to check on me and tell me, you know, last minute details, and they were doing, you know, blood draws and putting the IV in and everything, and I said, well, you know, I am a biology teacher. Is there any way that, I know you're gonna have to send some of my stuff off for testing, but is there any way you can save me something to put in a jar on my desk? And he just looked at me and he went,
no.
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 So after the surgery, the next day he came in to see me, and you probably have more stories to tell in between, but I asked him, you know, after he checked me out and kind of said things were progressing and where things were headed, I said, so did you at least maybe take a picture of my insides for me while you were there? And he looked at me again and he's like, no. Like, he does not get the biology teacher funniness,
but that's okay.
I guess. But,
no, that's okay.
But that's okay because
awesome
he
surgery,
is good at what he does. My incision is top notch.
Yeah.
It's healing really nicely, and so, yeah.
So, the Thursday before the surgery, I mean, this is something that, you know, people have been telling us all along we should have wills and living wills and all this other
And
stuff.
we
Like,
agreed,
yeah,
and we're
yeah,
like, yeah,
we'll get to
we need
it.
it. We'll get to it. We
With the
just
busy
hadn't.
lifestyle, you know, we just haven't. But that Thursday before the surgery, we ran around and we were preparing for, you know, this was major surgery, and I was trying to get myself prepared, which you never can. But the point of this video is do it. Just do it. If you don't have the wills or a living will or something, just get it done. I mean, there's really no excuse. We had some things you wanted to tie up at work. We did that. So we spent, like, I kept calling it the last day of her being a whole person. Because you have to have a sense of humor. If not, you know, it really gets to you. But we spent that day running around, just getting things in order. And we had to be up in Akron, which is about an hour away from us, at 7:30, something like that in the morning.
Yeah.
So we were up quite early. Her last meal that she could have was like at 8:30 that night, or the night before, and so we went into surgery. But the hardest part about the surgery, and those of you who know Marianne, she's not one to take pills. I mean, 2 Advil,
Yeah.
she's high.
Yeah. Yeah, I can't take
She
more
drinks
than one.
nothing but water. Every once in a while, very weak tea. No coffee, no pop, absolutely no pop, any of that stuff. Eats well, very healthy, thankfully. But the problem that she had after surgery was the anesthesia. It took about a day and a half to get her back, to be able to even eat. And
I mean, I was eating, just not large quantities of anything.
Yeah.
Like, at all.
But so yeah, that was the experience. But we did come home that Sunday. So she recovered and bounced back like really well. So it was a good thing she was healthy otherwise.
Yeah.
I mean, the only thing, like, you know, they checked the liver, they checked everything. Everything was fine with the exception of the inflammation and the cancer. So anyways, come home Sunday, and thankfully our bosses, her boss, my boss, the school district we work for, they're our extended family. And the outpouring that we got in support,
The whole staff.
let me be with her, helping her. We've been doing work from home. I've gone in a couple times, but the staff and everybody just, it puts my faith back in humanity. I mean, you hear me every once in a while. I don't know on Donley Cove, but some of the other videos, we had the camera sitting in the sun. I think it overheated there.
Yeah.
But what I was saying is the staff and everybody's support for us has given me faith back in society and people. It's been awesome, and we can't thank everybody enough for it. So here's where we're at now.
I had my 2-week checkup, and my incision was healing well. I'm able to get up and walk around. I still have a little trouble getting up out of bed. I keep like twisting a little bit, but I have like about a 14-inch incision. So it's pretty much from my diaphragm all the way down to my pubis and around the belly button. So it's pretty intense
we won't
incision.
show you.
Yeah.
We'll just explain.
Yeah, YouTube would definitely flag that. But it's healing nicely, and I'm moving around a little slower than I normally am, but I am getting there. I'm moving around. I'm able to like work from home, like I'm grading papers and doing lesson plans and all that, talking to the sub and texting and everything with all the administrator and the other guidance counselors, etc. So I'm doing well. The doctor says that I'm not allowed to go back to work for 6 weeks, at least, because of the
4 more weeks.
Yeah, the giant incision basically that I have. He says with people who have the incision and the work that you did, they are not allowed to go back for a while yet. Probably, so that you can heal better, but I'm anxious to get back to the regular swing of things. So my next section is to start chemo. I meet with the chemo doctors on Friday this week, so everything is on a Friday for me, but that's working out. So I'll start those, and I'll have about 4 months of chemo. Yeah,
she'll have 6 sessions. Dr. Andrews did say, who is an oncologist too, is we were trying to get it local instead of driving an hour for each session. Yeah. But he did
2 hours. Yeah,
he did say that this type, because they get the pathology report back and everything, that this type of ovarian cancer is very works very well getting rid of it with chemo and that kind of thing. So all the prayers are working. Keep them up. We're not through the woods yet, but we're getting there. We're walking through the woods, but we see the light at the end. So thanks everybody for your support and prayers and thoughts, and yeah.
Yep.
So we just got a call about our special surprise. That'll be in the next video, but we're going to take a break right here, and we'll come back in a little bit and wrap it up. Okay, so I forget where we were at, but I guess bottom line for this, we have some challenges. You're doing well. Yeah. She's still here.
Yeah, I hope.
Which is a good thing.
I hope I do as well with the chemo part as I did with the surgery part, because I'm healing up so nice, and I'm able to get around, and I'm really pleased with the progress so far that way.
Yeah, and thanks everybody for the thoughts and prayers and the support, and everybody. I mean, family, friends, extended family, everybody. And I don't want to start naming names because I'll forget somebody, but just everybody. It's been phenomenal. Yeah. Thank you very much.
Yeah. Now, some people might say, well, how out of all that, like, how did Donley Cove save your life? So our thought is that with all the extra exercise and bending and things that I was doing, I was applying more pressure to the tumor to apply more pressure to my other organs, and that's what I was actually kind of feeling.
Yeah.
That's our interpretation anyway, and that's what we're sticking with.
Yeah. Yeah. Right. Well, I can't think of any other way. I mean, this property set for 7 years and we didn't do anything with it. And why this year we decided at the beginning of the year, I think we were in Gettysburg when we said, hey, we got to get that we didn't even call it Donley Cove then. We didn't even know. We got to get the property set up and get the RV over there and have a nice little place to go and have a little retreat. And, oh, okay, sure, why not? And well, we thought it'd be 2 weeks.
Yeah.
It was all summer.
So wrong on that.
We're still not close to being done with this summer. We still got to finish the driveway and get the RV over here. But
yeah,
if it wasn't for this year deciding to do it, it would be a different outcome.
Yeah.
So again, thank you everybody very much. And the point of this video is don't let things go. Go get it checked out. You never know. We had no idea. I had no idea. Couldn't even think of this in our life.
No. Yeah.
So, okay.
All right.
We're going to end with a shot of the day that Marianne came home from the hospital. We went for a little walk on her ward. And
my sister
yeah.
took a nice picture there.
This is Joanne took this picture and sent it to us. And
yeah.
that's what we're going to end with. Okay, folks. Till next time.
Thanks for watching.
And happy hunting.